Hey guys, this is Thirup Parmar back with the series on IPR and Cyber Law Paper Solution 2016. In last lecture, we have completed our discussion till question 4, sub-question D. In this particular part, we are going to continue our discussion from question 5, sub-question A. So in this question, it basically asks for cyber law and cyber security. Basically, we are going to first talk about scope of cyber law. Basically, I have added some extra points here so that we can use in different answer as well. If we don't find exact same question, then also we can actually answer any question which basically university asked on cyber law and cyber security. So basically we are going to discuss first what is the scope of cyber law. So basically any crime like computer hacking or hacking on computer software's database. So basically cyber law helps us to deal with computer hackers, those who introduce virus in network, so virus on computer, worms on network, or Trojan horse, or any such things. At the same time, it can categorize contract for acquisition of software on similar footing with contract which deals with goods. Same way, basically dealing with phenomena of mass consumer purchase for other jurisdiction under e-commerce. So basically, if we talk about Amazon, so Amazon, which type of product, if Amazon cheats their customers, then also we can go and file case. Why? Because it is basically something that is cheating over using a platform that is called as internet. So that is also one type of cyber crime. In short, often we find that some websites or some advertise which states that or some emails, especially some emails which states that you won some lottery, and if you want to claim for the same, then you have to deposit some security amount in some XYZ account, and once you deposit that money, those deposits are lost. So that is something which is we call it as a phishing. So using internet as a platform, where we basically attempt or cheat someone. So that also comes under the scope of IPR or cyber law. Sorry, that comes under the scope of cyber law. At the same time, question of destruction of copyright due to widespread of dissemination of text on network, basically while chatting or something. Then regulation of cyber squatting and trafficking in domain names under law. So basically what we mean by cyber squatting, in some real case only, where a person registered a domain name like Yahoo India. So as we know, Yahoo is the most popular domain name, and that person registered a domain name called as Yahoo India. So that is something what we mean by cheating, right? Where that person uses reputation of Yahoo to advertise or to earn profit. That is something what we mean by cyber squatting, where some person registered some fake domain name which is exactly or phonetically similar to some reputed company. At the same time, trafficking on domain name, like attempting denial or distributed DDoS attack, denial of service, distributed denial of service, where we basically slow down or sends so many requests to a server or on that particular domain, so that it won't be accessible to other users. The question of regulation of content of material on internet and freedom of information and expression. So under Information Technology Act, Article 66A, which defines or which provides restriction over freedom of information and expression. So we cannot provide some wrong information, something which is going in today's era, which is called as post-truth, where people used to spread some rumors or any XYZ, for example, some forward messages on WhatsApp, whether without actually proving that about those news are correct or not. Some people directly forward it to some other person, and in turn rumors spreads. So if we follow those type of tendencies where we are providing some wrong information, we have freedom of information, but we cannot provide wrong information. We cannot directly start spreading rumors like in communal violence or hatred against some religion or providing any false information using internet as a platform. So that is also restricted under information technology or cyber law. At the same time, the protection of privacy of individual and increasing capacity of storing, gathering and collection of information. So we have to again protect privacy of other persons. So as we many times comes across some incidents where they have fitted CCTV cameras in someone's bedroom or in some changing room. So that is also a very strict violation of privacy of some second person. And if this type of crime happens on women, then under Information Technology Act Amendment 2008, our Indian government made very strict rules against those type of criminals. Now, why we need cyber law? As we have already discussed, what is the scope? Now we are going to discuss what is the need in today's era about cyber law. So as we know, cyberspace is always increasing. We use a social networking site like Facebook, Twitter, and chatting websites, chatting apps. So basically, whenever we are indulge in such a things, there are crimes bound to happen in any XYZ terms, where someone tries to threat some other person or some women using WhatsApp or using Facebook, or someone creates fake account of some other people just for fun or just to take revenge. So as we can say that as the scope of cyberspace increases, we also need to take some strict action, or we also need to cover those type of things under our cyber law. So first reason is cyberspace is intangible. Yes, it is not physically present. That is impossible to govern and regulate using conventional law. So it is very difficult to govern. For example, in recent incident, Supreme Court ordered Google to try to uphold or restrict people who basically uploads obscene videos or material. But in turn, Google replied Indian Supreme Court in such a manner that it is impossible, because we cannot restrict content till the point one cannot report to us, because every day, every minute on cyberspace, there are lakhs and lakhs of people who basically upload something and something. So it is so difficult task. It is something called as Herculean type of a task to maintain or to monitor or to restrict some users against uploading some obscene or pornography kind of material. Cyberspace has complete disrespect for jurisdictional boundaries. As we know that now in today's time, any people from India can contact to some other people. As we always comes across that ISI used to always try to spread their ideologies in India and in many countries. We also come across a case where we found one Indian citizen from Bangalore who used to handle Twitter account of ISIS. So how can we restrict it? Till the point we do not detect such crimes, it is impossible to detect it. So some enemies also who stays in India, and they can directly communicate with some other countries or our enemy countries like Pakistan, and they also plan something very dangerous things, but it is very difficult to monitor everything. The same way, cyberspace handles gigantic traffic volume every second. Billions of emails are crisscrossing the globe even as we read this. So it is very difficult. As you can see, cyberspace is absolute open to participatory by all. A 10-year-old in Bhutan can have a live chat session with 18-year-old in Bali. So as we know that we use basically Google Hangout or Skype or many other things where we can make a video call, or we can even use WhatsApp or many other application where we can directly make a video call to any person who stays in any remote area or any corner of the world. Cyberspace offers enormous potential for anonymity. So basically, one creates fake account on Facebook, fake account on Twitter, and it is very difficult to identify who that person is, right? So basically we never find true identity of those type of a person. So in this situation again it gets so difficult to identify or to arrest some person or to file case against some person. And in many terms, like we use encryption software where we make the things or we make the details unreadable format. And in image also we basically apply steganographic pattern where we can hide some information in image or in music files or sound files as well, so that only intended recipient can decrypt those information. So that is also basically helps us to provide anonymity. At the same time, cyberspace offers never seen before economic efficiency. Billions of dollars worth software can be traded over the internet. As we know, for example, we go to torrent, we can find any Adobe based, Microsoft based or any other games as well, free to download from Pirate Bay or from Twitter as well. So it is very difficult to handle those types of softwares as well. And electronic information has become main object of cybercrime in today's time. It categorized by extreme mobility, which exceeds by far the mobility of person. So it is very, very difficult to handle all these things. Now, other things are self-explanatory. We'll just take some, we'll look at it some examples like COWL. That is something which is named as confinement with origin web labels. What is this? It prevents browsers JavaScript from sending your information to unauthorized third party. So basically we can use such things to protect ourselves against cybercrime. So we can use this type of examples in many questions. Remember in unit 5 in many questions we can use some or we can quote some example. At the same time we often come across hard bleed bug, a virus. So what this virus basically derived for to make a cyber war against some other country, like China used to apply or basically it attacks on India with the help of such type of a bug. So what it does, it exploits open SSL, that is secure socket layer, which we basically use for secure transmission, right, to spy on communication between user and server. So basically if SSL is vulnerable, then one can easily trace, or we in simple words we can say man in middle attack is possible now. Can spy but can't control machine. That is again most important part. Then next is shell shock or bash bug. So what is the shell means what? Something which we can use to interact with the computer. For example, if we use Microsoft Word, so that is also one type of a shell. We use command prompt, that is also one type of a shell. So exploit bash. Bash is a shell software in Linux and Unix machine device and even in car. With the help of this type of bug, which are basically linked with the shell, so one can spy and control machines like computer servers. Any script kiddie means any person who do not have enough knowledge about those type of things, they can just by using this type of a software can make some attacks on some computer. Remember, it might be dangerous. Script kiddie means a very simple users who do not have any knowledge about those working of those software, but they just found one software which help them to trace others' computer. So they are just using that software for their fun, for their enjoyment, or to exploit someone. Then same way IoE, that is stands for Internet of Thing or Internet of Everything, where everything is connected with internet. So in this particular time, one can even murder is possible. For example, shutting down pacemaker. That is, we can actually stop someone's heartbeats if pacemaker is attached with their heart, or ventilators, or one can easily block or can divert the traffic signals. At the same time, last is phishing. As we said, as we discussed about phishing, where someone creates a fake web page. The same way, someone calls you. For example, some person calls behalf of bank and asks you for their PIN and password of your credit card or bank account. So that is something what we mean by phishing. That is phishing over voice. I hope this thing is clear. From next lecture, we'll discuss on question 5, sub question B. Thank you.